The flashbulbs exploded like fireworks as Sam Heughan stepped out of the black SUV, jaw clenched, eyes blazing with determination. It had been 3 days since the tabloids broke the story. Dakota's mother disapproves of their relationship. Reporters shouted questions, their voices overlapping. Sam, did her mother really threaten to end things? Are you breaking up with Dakota? He didn't answer. Not yet. He had one destination, the theater where Dakota was rehearsing her new film. Inside, the lights were low, the air heavy with tension. Dakota turned as he entered, her expression a storm of confusion and worry. Sam, you shouldn't have come. She's furious. She said she'll, ideographic period, she can say whatever she wants, he interrupted, stepping closer. His Scottish accent thickened, his voice low but fierce. Your mother won't destroy what we have, Dakota. Not now, not ever. Dakota's eyes glistened. You don't understand. She's powerful. She's, ideographic period, I don't care how powerful she is, he said. Love isn't a business deal, and I won't let anyone treat it like one. For a long moment, silence filled the room, just the two of them standing there, hearts pounding. Then Dakota moved forward, her hand trembling as she reached for his. Then let's fight for it, she whispered. Sam smiled for the first time in days. We already are. Outside, the paparazzi waited, ready to twist every word into scandal. But when Sam and Dakota stepped out, hand in hand, the world saw something different, not a rumor, but a declaration. And when a reporter shouted, Sam, any comment about Dakota's mother? He turned to the cameras, eyes burning with truth. Tell her this, he said clearly. No one can destroy love that's real. The crowd fell silent. The story that spread across the world that night wasn't about conflict anymore. It was about defiance, devotion, and a love strong enough to stand against anyone, even family. The night after Sam's declaration, the world was divided. Social media exploded. Some hailed him as a modern-day Romeo, others accused him of disrespecting Dakota's family. Hashtags like #stand with Sam and #team Dakota mom trended for hours. Dakota sat by the window of her Los Angeles apartment, scrolling through the chaos. Her phone buzzed with messages, agents, producers, journalists, but one name glared on the screen, Mom. She didn't answer, not yet. Then came a soft knock at the door. She opened it to find Sam, standing there with the faintest smile, holding 2 cups of coffee. You shouldn't be here, she said, though her heart betrayed her with a faster beat. I couldn't stay away, he replied. They can talk all they want, Dakota. But only we know the truth. She looked at him, torn. You don't understand what she's capable of. She's already calling the studio, threatening to pull funding from my next film. Sam set the coffee down, his eyes searching hers. Then I'll walk away from mine, he said quietly. If it means protecting us. Her breath caught. You'd give up everything. Ideographic period. I already have everything that matters, he said. You. Tears welled in Dakota's eyes, but before she could speak, her phone lit up again, Mom calling. The screen glared like a warning. She answered. Her mother's voice came through, cold and controlled. Dakota, end it. Before he ruins you. Dakota's hand trembled, but she looked at Sam, his eyes steady, his presence unshakable. No, Mom, she said, her voice strong for the first time. He's not ruining me, he's reminding me who I am. There was silence on the other end, followed by the faintest sigh. You've chosen your path, her mother said finally. Let's see where it leads. The line went dead. Dakota dropped the phone and exhaled shakily. Sam wrapped his arms around her, pulling her close. Outside, thunder rolled across the city, a storm gathering over Hollywood. But inside, there was calm. Two hearts, united against the world, Sam whispered against her hair. She can bring the storm, love. We'll be the lightning. The following week, Los Angeles shimmered under a false calm. Beneath the bright skies, the tabloids still burned with rumors. Ideographic period, Dakota's mother plots to end the affair. Sam Heughan ready to leave Hollywood for love, but Sam and Dakota were done hiding. That evening, they arrived together at a charity gala, a place where every camera would be watching, and where Dakota's mother, the legendary film producer Margaret Stanton, would also be. The ballroom glittered with chandeliers and polite laughter, but the moment the couple entered, the air changed. Conversations faltered. Flashbulbs flashed. Margaret spotted him instantly. Her expression froze, controlled, powerful, dangerous. Dakota's grip on Sam's hand tightened. She's going to make a scene, she whispered. Then let's give her a reason, Sam replied softly, leading her across the marble floor. They stopped in front of Margaret. Mom, Dakota began, her voice steady but low. We need to talk. Margaret's eyes flicked from her daughter to Sam, cold as glass. What you need is to think clearly, darling, she said. This man, this fantasy, is going to end your career. Sam met her gaze, calm but fierce. With respect, Mom, love isn't a fantasy. It's the only thing that's real. Margaret's lips curved into a sharp smile. You think love protects you from consequences? From power? Dakota stepped forward. I don't want protection. I want truth. And for once, I'm choosing my own story. For a heartbeat, the three stood in tense silence, the actress, the producer, and the man who refused to bow. Then Margaret sighed, her facade cracking just slightly. You're just like your father, she said quietly. Stubborn, reckless, brave. Dakota blinked in surprise. You always said he left us. Margaret's eyes softened for the first time. He didn't. I pushed him away, because I was afraid love would make us weak. She looked at Sam. Don't prove me right. Sam took Dakota's hand again, firm and sure. We'll prove that love makes us stronger. For the first time, Margaret didn't argue. She just nodded slowly, as if something old inside her had finally given way. The orchestra began to play again. People turned back to their conversations, but in that golden light, Dakota leaned against Sam's shoulder and whispered. Do you think she'll ever accept us? Sam smiled. Maybe not today, but she doesn't have to believe in us. We do. And as they stepped onto the dance floor, cameras flashing around them, it didn't matter who approved. Because for the first time, they weren't hiding from the world, they were dancing through it, together. Two days after the gala, the headlines changed tone. Photos of Sam and Dakota dancing together had gone viral, not scandalous, but spellbinding. The world that once questioned their love now couldn't look away. Still, the spotlight was suffocating. Cameras followed him everywhere, fans camped outside Dakota's gate, and producers called with urgent image management advice. One morning, Sam appeared at her door, wearing sunglasses and holding a plane ticket. Scotland, he said simply. Dakota blinked. You're kidnapping me? Ideographic period, not kidnapping, he said with a grin. Rescuing. Before she could protest, he added softly, no paparazzi. No red carpets. Just us. They landed in the Highlands under grey skies and soft rain. The air smelled of pine and sea salt, the hills rolling endlessly under the mist. Sam led her to a small stone cottage by a loch, quiet and timeless. Inside, a fire crackled. Dakota stood by the window, gazing at the endless expanse of water. It's beautiful, she whispered. Sam smiled, pouring 2 cups of tea. This place has seen storms fiercer than ours, he said. And it's still standing. For the first time in months, there were no flashing lights, no headlines, just silence. They cooked together, hiked through wildflower fields, watched the sun dissolve into the hills. One evening, as dusk turned the loch to silver, Dakota said, "Do you ever wonder if we can really live outside that world?" Sam looked at her, the firelight dancing in his eyes. "We don't have to live outside it," he said. "We just have to live above it." He took her hand and pressed something into her palm, a small silver ring, simple but engraved with a single word, endure. "It's not a promise," he said softly. "It's a truth. Love endures, if we let it." Tears filled her eyes as she slipped the ring on. Then I'll endure with you. Outside, the rain began again, gentle, steady, eternal. They stood by the window, arms wrapped around each other, watching the storm ripple across the loch. And for the first time, Dakota didn't see a storm as something to fear. It was something to stand in, together.